sitting on the limb of a tree, giving me a sound of sweet melody. I guess he's trying to tell me something that I should know about this new wind, a new wind that's gonna blow. It's raining.
Hi. Well, I've just finished doing my outfit on the day photo. Hence, my looking sort of spiffy. And today we are doing time management, and we are fine-tuning our timetable. So I have on my Farmer Brown today. You know what a Farmer Brown is? Them things that overall the farmers wear. But my dear, I can't stand anything that is uninteresting. So I chose to do my Farmer Brown with a little excitement, a little ruffled. Anyway, it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Friday is always a day that I like to celebrate. Right. And so that's why I decided to dress up. You know, Friday we all dress up in Jamaica. We wear our jeans and our just what we really like to work on a Friday. We call it dress up day on a Friday. All right, so here we are. And this is my dressed up outfit. But thank God it's Friday. And today we are fine-tuning our timetable. We went through the doing the 20-year plan. And it's still in time management. We did a 20-year plan. We did the 15-year, the 10-year, the 5-year, the 3-year, and the 1-year, and the 3-month plan, which is actually a 1-week timetable. Timetabling our 24 hours that we have, so that we can now decide how are we going to use that time. It's the ideal timetable that we've made up, but most of us are not there yet. So we're going to be using our 4 rules to get there, and we're going to be looking at the opportunity to, in there. I'm going to be looking at the opportunity of getting there. All right, so fine-tuning our timetable. Just to refresh the memories of those who may not have done this. This is a 24-hour timetable where we put in 8 hours of sleep or 6. And if you put in 6, it means that you have to also put in the 3 5-minute deep breathings or the 5 3-minute deep breathings. If you want to cut 2 hours off of your sleep time, then you need to put or substitute 15 minutes of meditation during the day. Deep breathing and meditation. Both of them you do. And maybe I will do that on the show. Yes, that's a good way to do it. And then you also have to make sure that you get the 4 hours of healing sleep, which is between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. That's your healing sleep. So once you're getting both of those, that is the meditation during the day and the healing sleep during the night, then you can cut your sleeping time down from 8 hours to 6 hours. So the first slot that we have put in, and the next section I'll go through my own. I usually put my sleeping time from 8 to 4. But when I do my meditation during the day, I do it from 10 to 4. So I get 10 to 12 and 1 to 4. That's like 6 hours. So you can choose any 6 hours, but it must include the 10 to 2. we spoke when we were doing that particular area already about the fact that if you have a night job or a job that is not in the regular working hours, traditional working hours, then if you do this continuously, your body will make adjustments. We spoke about the fact that this is how we were made, to adjust. So if you have a night job, then your body will eventually adjust so that your 12 hours of sleep will coincide to opposite your 12 hours of day before and after work. I hope I explained that correctly. But anyway, the spirit will clarify it for you. So here we have a situation where you have your 24 hours. You put in your 6 to 8 hours sleep time, and then you put in your 8 hours work time. And it doesn't matter whether you have a job or not, you must put in your 8 hours of work time. If you're retired, you put in your 8 hours of work time. If you are sick on your bed, you put in your 8 hours of work time on your timetable. Why is that? Because we all have been created for a purpose. And the purpose is usually carried forward during our work times. That means that during our work time, we are building, honing our skills, and increasing our area of influence. I keep telling you that your career or your skill set or the thing that you do with your work time is really training for increasing your area of influence. Every time you do another degree or you get advancement of one sort or the other, you are promoted, you learn more, acquire more. It is all about what we call expanding your borders so that your area of influence is expanded, not so that you can share your great knowledge, but so that you can expand the number of people that you will be a channel for. Get it? Wonderful. So we are all influencers. The Prime Minister does not have more influence than you. I certainly know that she does not have more influence than I do. Why? Because I am just a channel. In fact, I just may have more influence than she does because I try and keep my channel open so that all of God's intent, his capabilities, his resources, everything that he wants to get to mankind can flow through me. And the more open and empty I am for him to flow through, the more people he will be able to influence. Lots, you see them tagging your clothes? I usually cut them out, them always scratching you. Anyway, so we need to understand that we must always remember that our increase in knowledge is not about increasing our capabilities to influence other people. Our increase in knowledge is to give us a wider catchment from those who we know come into increasingly more persons that we can impact or who we interface with. The information must be disinformation. It's the only information that you are going to transmit. This is the only information that you're going to share. It's the only resources. It's the only abilities That's what you're going to use. I often tell my clients and those who are interested in what I do, and how come I am so accurate every time. And I tell them exactly how. I said, it's not me there. What I do is I give my clients a questionnaire, which I've been trained to do and to develop. And so I do that. And when I am finished doing that, I go to the place where I sit in front of them and I say, Father God, you know what I don't know. You know what I cannot glean from that questionnaire. You know what my immense training cannot fathom or dig out. Tell me. Share it with me. I get rid of all of me out of this channel and become a zero. And then immediately I have the answer. And I can tell the person, oh, you're suffering from asbestos poisoning. I don't know where it came from. He says, open your mouth and I will fill it. But if your mouth full up of all of your own information, how are you going to have any space left for him to fill it? You got it? Right. I'm so glad you got it. Because it's very important that we understand how God uses us. Now we talked about fine-tuning the calendar, the timetable. So we looked at the sleeping time, we looked at the work time. Those are the two biggest chunks. And if we start off with 8 and 8, 16, 8 sleep, 8 work. 16 from 24. 8. You're left with 8 hours. Then you have your traveling time. You have your eating time. Well, let's cut that down at a minimum to 2 to 4 hours. Like me, I don't have no traveling time, but eating time has got to be a portion. One of the things I do with my staff, God bless their souls, and their disobedience to my instructions, but moving right along, is that I request that they take 15 minutes break after 2 hours of work, half an hour break after 4 hours of work, another 15-minute break after 6 hours of work, so that you end up getting an hour break. But it is very important that after every 2 hours, you take a break. This is why I recommend that you have something to nourish you. It doesn't have to be to eat, but to nourish you every 2 hours. I have a serving every 2 hours. And as you know, every show I'm on, I make sure I get in my stuff. And this time I am doing today again my master cleanser. And here I have cane juice, lime juice, and cayenne pepper. But I can use the best pepper in the world, Scotch bonnet. Great. So we did the 8 hour and the 8 hour. And then we have another maximum 4 hours, but maybe as little as half an hour for traveling time. If you work from home, you know, we won't have any traveling time, but we'll have time that we have to get organized in order to make sure that we are doing everything according to the Jeremiah 29:11 timing, because he has a plan. And we have to catch into that plan. That's the whole purpose of this time management thing, you know. So you don't waste time doing your own thing, but you go according to the plan that he wants you to go according to. All right. So we were on to the 8 hours, 8 hours, and 4 hours. You see how much you have left? 4 hours. So what we are going to recommend that you do, know where you're going. which means that we have already put down that plan. This is the plan that I am discussing with you now. We already put down that plan. And once you have put down that plan, it's not working at all. I'm trying to, anyway.
I didn't quite get that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Guess what? My computer's talking back to me. I think we're going on a break right now. So as we go on a break and come back, we are going to be looking at how you move your plan, your present situation, into the perfect plan that you have. Soon come back.
Coming down on my people, taking the goodness of life and rendering them evil. You see, the little that they gave you was just to deceive you. Don't tell me that you were blind. Don't let the devil fool you. Oh, oh, yeah. Somehow I know things have got to change.
Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 hours of music together until we created reggae2reggae.com.
Somehow I know it's got to be rearranged.
Okay, here we are back. And we are doing time management, fine-tuning your timetable. And we looked at the fact that you have to make an ideal timetable first. And then afterwards, you are going to, for 7 days, you are going to actually write down what you do for the 7 days. Meaning that when you're going to bed, you write down what time. When you start a job or a project or an activity, you write down when you start it. You write down when you finish it. When you start the next one. When you start to eat. What time you spend bathing. It's just like doing a budget or a spending plan, that you have to record all of that information first. And once you have done that, then you are ready to go. One of the things that I usually try and do is make sure that I am totally confident about what I am currently spending or currently using my time on. Once I've done that, then I am able to now make the necessary adjustments if I choose to. I don't have to do it. You see, any of these things that are good for us are your choices. And you should not ever be stressed out in order to carry out your choices. You need to do them without stress, because you know why that's important? Because the amount of damage done to the system by stress is more harmful than the help you'll get from doing the right thing. Let me say that again. When I give my clients a suggested eating plan, and they are not in agreement with it, or they find it very stressful to carry it out, I say to them, I say, you see this plan? Do however little of it you can do without stress. Because when you get to the point of being stressed in doing the right thing, then there is more harm and damage to your system than if you do the wrong thing, right? So it's so important to make those decisions for yourself, and don't let anybody push you into it, because in the final analysis, only the choices that we make in a stress-free environment will be to our benefit, total benefit. Understand that? So that is the same thing when it comes to time as well. So you must have a goal. You must know where you're working towards. And this is why I say, put down the idea thing, and then on the side, you are going to have the actual for at least a week. And then wherever it is easy to make those substitutes. Now remember, easy has to do with your frame of mind. It doesn't have to do with how easy it is or not. It has to do with a decision that you have made, that you are going to do this. You want to do that. You have spoken to yourself about it. You have said to yourself, it's really important to do that. Because if you keep speaking to yourself about doing something, then eventually it becomes easier to do. So it's very, very important that you speak to yourself in like psalms and hymns and spiritual songs. Just get all other things out of this book, the operations manual, and you speak it and use it over your own self until your mind has been adjusted. And once your mind has been adjusted, voila, everything else is going to fall into place. And a lot of persons don't understand that concept. Sometimes they say, fake it until you make it. True. Talk it until you walk it. You understand? And those processes are absolutely essential. You're not going to do it one time. Just I've been forging this path from I was 6. And I'm here to tell you I still sometimes drop off the wagon. And that's okay, because there is a way back. And the way back is a way out, a way through, a way up, a way. See the way here. All the instructions are here. So I don't let, you see those things called guilt, shame, and all those things. I don't go there at all. I am not going there. Why? Because there is a way back. And anytime those oppressions, that's what they are, come in my direction, I just give them a kick or a joke. I give them a stick with the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. And so those things come and they just ning. I just stick them with the sword of the Spirit. And they got to go. So we have to understand, you see, this is not just words on a page. It's not just instructions. It is also a weapon. And this weapon can annihilate any other weapon, because it's a spiritual weapon. Yes, man? And I learned how to use it in here. I make sure, say, anything come against me. Vote. And I just bring out one. And don't take any time, No time at all. Instant. The sword of the Spirit. So that is how you need to use your time. That's how you need to invest your time. So that you have this on your belt. On your belt. The belt of food. Your lion's girl with the belt of you. Come on. Alright. So you're having your work time, having your sleep time, having your travel time, you're having your eating time. And then the other times, which may be usually 4 to 6 or 4 to 7 hours, you are going to use that time to put in all the other relationships. Oh my goodness! I forgot the most important time. This is how you do it. Sleep, work, time with your primary relationship. And you can put in 5 minutes, as little as 5 minutes. But know that it is 25, it's going to grow. I just type it. So I put 2.4. Whoa, 2.4. And something is happening. How close are we to a break, my producer? Because I am having detox symptoms from my, how many more minutes? Okay, I think I can manage to hold it in for 6 minutes. All right. I told you about the detox meeting I'm having. Yes, man. It's ready to send me, but I can manage. Right. So we're talking about time and how you manage the time. Breathe deeply. Right. Okay. So we are looking at those. I want to finish those minutes, right, that we have left. So we're looking at those. We want to put into those places our relationship. After we're putting our relationship with our Creator, then we have to put in our relationship with our family. And remember, we spoke about date night, which is the most important relationship, not with your children, husband first. And if not, then it's with family. It's like family night will be the first. If you are not married, then it will be children and parents. But even in that primary dyad, there would be the spouse night as a primary function. So in any situation, the relationship between the male and female couple at the head of the family has always got to be the primary relationship, right? So after that, then you have time with your mother, family night, then you have mother-daughter time, then you have father-son time, and then you have mother-son time, and father-daughter time. All of those have to be moved in, and it can be rotated. Once a month you have mother-daughter, once a month you have mother-son, once a month you have, you understand? We can mix and match them, but they must all be regular. And then you have, those are the family times. You have time that you spend with your purpose. That is advancing that calling that is inside of you. But that is that you want to study to do that particular profession, or you want to become involved in activities that will hone that particular skill or ability or opportunities for service within it, whatever it is. But that's the next thing after family. Then we have our spiritual family. Then we have the times. And remember, I spoke about if you want to cut down the amount of time you spend with your spiritual family, you just use spirit communication, which is what I call email. That means you send your information by angels, and they carry information faster than the speed of light. It's called the speed of thought. And that information is information from here. You know how I know this thing work? Because you know that if you like how some places send out a daily email, you know, so the spirit send out a minutely email. The spirit of your Creator sends out a momently email, and he sends it. I don't have a problem saying he, but I can't say she, because he's not a she, and she's not a he. But anyway, the Holy Spirit sends it momently to everybody. Why? Because he's inside here. He's the one that, when Jesus left, sent him to be with you always. And no matter you fly high or you fly low, he is never ever holding you. So it's right here. So when he sent out that email, then he have to send it from up there, down here. He's in there, and he's in all of us. And so he sends it from within us into us. Send from within us into us. I don't know. He just sort of reveal it to your mind. So that's what he called telepathy. He is sending the same message to everybody. Never wonder. I tell you, I am just amazed. I will do something on my show, and then I will turn on, go on the internet to Gloria Zion, which is my online spiritual family. And I mean, word for word, the pastors say the same thing. Of course, whenever my local pastors and the television comes on, I am here to tell you that is the same thing that I did on my show around the world and on the internet. It's like yesterday. I remember I was driving from the country and couldn't get onto my favorite station, which is TBC and NCU. Wasn't a place where I couldn't pick them up, but all of a sudden I went into the best FM. And if you ever know what come over, 3 days before, I was on looking at making some investment into Bitcoin. And I thought, come on, time to take a break. Bitcoin. So come back.
On reggae2reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, and innovative alternative media experience. Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 hours of music together until we created reggae2reggae.com.
Are you struggling with some kind of health condition? Is it arthritis, high blood pressure, Crohn's disease, constipation, AIDS, cancer? Whatever it is, we can show you how to get your natural defenses up so that your bodies will deal with your condition. Join us as our studio audience on reggae2reggae.com when we will teach you how to celebrate every moment of your life. Call us at 336-7350 for information. Limited space.
On reggae2reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, and innovative alternative media experience.
Injustice
Well, guess what? I had to run in the break to get, let's fast forward this detox program. So now I've changed my juice. This is carrot. Hope this set to me a little bit. Moving right ahead. I don't have a word more to say about Bitcoin. But do your own research. I am here to tell you that we are talking about fine-tuning our time. And we looked at how you organized your ideal weekly calendar, 24 hours. Of course, you know that Monday to Friday, all your working days are going to be different from your rest days and your worship days and your maybe sports days or whatever it is. But we understand that we have to make sure that we have one day when we do not do any work. It's called a Shabbat or a Sabbath. And tomorrow's show will deal with that in relationship to what we're doing here. But we need to know that every person needs a Sabbath. Just like how we need a daily rest time, we also need a Sabbath rest time. When it's not me tag from me, something that itch me, it's the end of me, my pearls. I just buy them in a bag and string them up with some fishing line. But you see, at the end of the fishing line, you can't cut it off because it will ravel up and the pearls will drop off. So I like an end here and stick me, but if I fix it right, it won't stick me. Make the earrings, make this. Right? You have to watch Outfit of the Day on Facebook and get an idea of how you can do all of these things for yourself. I will give you ideas on how you can celebrate everything every day of the week. So here we are learning how to celebrate, because you can't celebrate if you don't have time. And we're showing you how you can use that time that you have, the 24, to organize it so that you are able to have time to celebrate, and so that you can celebrate the journey itself. And that is why we organize our programs this way. Know where you're going. Don't start off on a journey unless you have the goals. And this is why we're doing this goal in time management. Must have a goal, and your goal must exceed your reach. It must be 10 times higher than your capabilities. That way, you engage and invite the capabilities and resources of your creator to partner with you. And eventually, you become the managing partner and then the owner totally. I don't have a problem giving over all ownership to my creator. Because guess what? When I give my all over to him, then I have available to me his all. And that is immeasurable. Let me see which name of God say. Immeasurable. Immeasurable. Well, here's the everlasting, which is El Olam. And you know which one I did the last time? The jealous God. That's a part, you know. It's not just give. He's jealous. But this one I like, Zur, or Kur, or Tzur, right? It is where Zar comes from. T-S-A-R. But you know, a Zar, you know, a ruler, in like Russia in those cases. The Rock. Another one is Makedish. Yes, so you know what that word means? Makedish is like a hammer. Lick down everything that is not supposed to be there. I'm telling you, that's love these names. Anyway, we have to utilize everything and interweave everything. So don't feel no way that I'm coming off the subject. I am always on the subject. All right? So today we're doing time management, and we need to understand all the integral parts that come together to make sure that we are in the right place to take advantage of all of these Gifts. Gifts. You know, we did a session on gifts and gifts. I don't remember when, but it was such an important part because gifts and fruits work together. And very often, if we use the gifts, we bear fruit. And those gifts are just always there, just coming out at us. I mentioned that if you really want to put in your maximum and have and take advantage of all the benefits, the abilities, and the resources of your Creator, you need to become a zero. Yes, when you become a zero, you remove yourself from the equation. You don't bug up the system. And that way, the Creator can come in and be everything that you need to have done. Just like how the Creator is coming in, and you know, He has a really unbelievable combination of excitement, passion, and peace. That's where I'd like to get. Because guess what? When I start to get passionate, sometimes people can't hear me. Sometimes everything else gets. So I'm trying to put them all together. Oh, this is so weird. Right. I'm trying to put them all together and gesticulate less, speak more slowly, but get across my excitement and passion about what I'm doing. And that is how we need to live. That is how we can celebrate everything that we do. By just putting our all into everything that we do, right? And no matter, no watch, no face. You know what that means? Don't be affected by the expressions and responses and reactions of other people. No watch, no face, right? I couldn't care less whether they like it or they don't like it, whether they agree or disagree. My objective is to serve and honor my Creator every moment of every day. And I do make so many mistakes, but because my intention is right, He judges the intents of the heart. And that's why I get 100% flying colors every time, regardless of my mistakes. And that's what I encourage you to do, because so many people beat up on themselves every time they make a mistake. Listen to me. Me give up that long time. Beat up on myself. Don't do it anymore. Don't do it anymore. Been there, done that. So I encourage you to understand how you can embrace this. Make a timetable and make sure that you slowly remove your desires, your wants, yourself from the equation so that you can embrace more and more of your Creator. It's a process, and when you fall off of the wagon, don't beat up yourself. Please, do not beat up yourself. So now we have our 2 timetables. We're doing for a whole week all the things that we spend our time on a daily basis. And you need a whole week because everybody's extracurricular activities after their regular work, or if they're at school or whatever, tends to be a little different every day. And so this is why I suggest that you do a week. I suggest that you do a week, and then when you do that, you are able to see where the shortfalls are and where you are spending more time than you should at certain things. Because every time you spend more than you should at anything, something else suffers. And remember what we did when we were doing the relationship hierarchy. We spoke about the fact that when you overdo in one area, then not only do you take from another area, but you cause all the areas to become dysfunctional because you put things out of their place. And I will tell you the major place that happens is always the number one. Creative, the relationship with the creator. And secondly, it's very often in number two, relationship with family. You put the children before the spouse. Or you put, talk more about that when you come back. Still come back.
Somehow I know it's got to be this morning, as if he's saying something to me. Sitting on the limb of a tree, giving me a sound of sweet melody. I guess he's trying.
Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 R's of music together until we created reggae2reggae.com.
To tell me something that I should know about this new wind, a new wind that's gonna blow. It's the raining of the heathen coming down on my people, taking the goodness of life and rendering them evil. You see, the little that they gave you was just to deceive you. Don't tell me that you were blind. Don't let the devil fool you. Oh, oh, yeah. Somehow I know things have got to change.
I was just watching my own video the other day. Oh my goodness, you've got to go on Facebook and watch it. Every day I come up with one of my wonderful outfits. And of course, I have to promote my new show. I'm going to be doing not a new show. On one of my shows, I'm going to be doing, and this is coming up in October. I'm going to be doing how to get your finances in order before the Christmas for food, clothing, shelter, transportation, I think those, and entertainment. 5 things: food, clothing, shelter, transportation, and entertainment. I write it down here because I don't forget. And in order to get those together, it's so it is so important that we understand that we have to have the synergy between all of these. A lot of times one takes over, and I'm writing it down because in the time management thing, we have to make sure that we have organized food, clothing, shelter, transportation. And these are absolute essentials. And the last one is entertainment. And the entertainment is really rejuvenation, because you can't just keep going NATION, rejuvenation. Why? I was a sort of half-baked speller at school. All right. So we're going to be doing that in a show that is coming up early next week. But here we have all the components that we want to put together in our daily timetable. We have on the side what we have actually logged for the time we have spent in the last week. Now, as you are able, you've got to make a decision first. Don't say over it, I don't know how I'm going to cut out these things. Do not say it, because we shall have what we say. Sometimes I see people coming out of a healing service and they have received their healing and they come out and say, this diabetes are going to kill me. This here, diabetes, is going to inherit me. No, you cannot receive anything if you cancel things with your mouth. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. They that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You shall have what you see. There is power in our words. Very important. So I want you to just get into the habit of when you start, you say those words, keep your mouth or close your mouth and say that thing. Or swallow it. Or if it comes out, you reverse it. How? I say it like 13 times. You hear me? You say a wrong thing. You got to say it 13 times to totally cancel it. Right? Because then you have to now start to develop what we call muscle memory, so that those words come spontaneously. You ever notice that when you're accustomed to use certain sort of expletives, when something unusual happens, it just comes out before you can. Oh my God. I know, been there, done that, lad, shame come on my face, right? So we have to practice saying the right things over and over as a rote. Now, one of my recent clients in residence had a challenge, and I am here to tell you. You know what was my prescription? You need to write this line 1,000 times. And she did, took her all day. And by the end of writing that line 1,000 times, she was okay. Well, the next day was the next challenge. So she got another set of lines to write 1,000 times. Fine, and she was okay. When the third day come up, when she was to write it, third statement 1,000 times. Let me tell you something. The enemy get in. And I am here, so she listened to the enemy, and she's no longer in residence. Moving right along, your choice. Your choice. Your choice. And so we have to get accustomed to making those choices that are in our best interest. So, you shall have what you say. Speak this thing into it. Don't look at the timetable and say you can't do it. Call those things that are not as if they were until they become. Ta-da! And you can't care. But life is not about just floating, you know. Life is about struggling and overcoming those struggles. And that is so much more rewarding than being born with, you know, I just, for the first 18 years of my life, I had everything I wanted or needed before I needed it. And I had zero ambition. I didn't want to go to university. I didn't want to study nothing. I didn't want to go and work. I didn't want to do anything because I had everything that I needed. And I told you in a previous program, oh, I got a teacher's scholarship, and I said, well, I'm going to use our go visit my relatives. I'm not going to go to the scholarship. And so said, so done. Did not come back in time to get the scholarship, and it was dropped. And I did not go back into a university degree program for 20 odd years, because with that bad attitude, I also had a fear that I couldn't study for 4 years straight, right? And so I returned up to the roads. Nobody there. I don't want to do that. Let me tell you something. The plan is going to come to pass. Remember Samson? You can go the way Samson went, have all the capability, but he went with his emotions. That's what I was doing. And so I was not achieving nothing. Or we can go with Esther, who decided, I am fearful about this, but I am going to step out. And if I perish, but I'm not going to quit trying. That's how you have to approach this timetable. Because guess what? The first time you try, it's very unlikely that you will be successful. So you try it and you try it, and when you try it until you can get it down, pat, then you're gone. Clear. All right? So don't look at anything that's too difficult. Remember, your reach must go up above. You can't see my hand. Can you? No. All right. That's how your reach must be. Above where you can see. All right. And then you grab it and pull it down. And that is how you achieve what you need. It has nothing to do with your abilities. It has to do with the Creator's plan and His abilities. That's why you have to remove yourself. Become a zero. Moving on. Right. So, first of all, you have to remember that. Know where you're going. Have the two plans. You know where you are, know where you're going. The two weekly timetables. Two, know your driver. No saying. This is a plan that you're moving after. You know, so who's driving this plan? Not you, your Creator. Pay as you enter. How do you pay as you enter? Becoming less and less a part of the whole plan. Putting less and less into the plan of yourself and just depending totally on your Creator to drive the plan. Pay as you enter. That's what you have to pay. And I want us to keep iterating in this series that it is only as we lose ourselves and give our time to our Creator that we are going to be able to carry out this plan. Pay as you enter. And of course, the last section which we are doing now is enjoying the ride. Once you are in the place where you need to be, then there's only enjoyment. Why? Because when you are lined up with this plan, the only thing that comes to you is peace. Really? It says be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer, supplication, with thanksgiving. Make your request known, and the God of peace will garrison your heart. I told you about that garrison thing. When I go down to them garrison community, I have to come out of my vehicle and push with old fridge and old car to get in. But I am garrisoned with something more important, peace. I know say them can't shoot me unless my Creator give them the go ahead. And so I just jump out of my vehicle and I just start push my old fridge. And I see the eyes, I feel the eyes and the guns. And I just say, hi guys, remember I'm coming in for my class. And they all have sisters and brothers in my class. I do training. And everything crisp. So I understand garrison communities. But when you're garrisoned with the peace that passes all understanding, because they may not even understand that kind of peace. When I think about it afterwards, I say, you are crazy. You are crazy. And only a crazy woman would have come out of our car at 9 o'clock at night, going into garrison communities and have pushed refuge. But guess what? When you're garrisoned with peace, when you know, like you know, that you have directions, then you also know that you have protection. And He will protect regardless of where you are. He says you go up, you come down. You go sideways, you go wrong. This is the way out. This is the way in. This is the way through. And I'm here to tell you, you have no fear once you line up here. That is why you have to make sure that you're not spending your time on things that are not contributing to your being where you need to be at the right time. Most people late for everything that have to do with your destiny. Why? Because the enemy will always put things and distractions in your way. I know it is, why I take it every time I'm to dance at church. Come up, sorry, dearly. And I remember when I had my dance ministry at Holiness. If you're not there 15 minutes before, you don't dance. I don't care what happened. That was our rule. Because you have to come and you have to pray and you have to prepare yourself. So if on the way your X, Y, and Z happen, then you don't dance. Because you can't go there to say you're ministering if you are not prepared and at the place where you need to be. That's why I started congregational spontaneous dance. Because there's no way I can be a part of the official thing. If I'm late, right? Enough said. So, this is why it's so important. Beg your pardon? Saturday is better. This is why it is so important in order to fulfill your destiny, to plan your time, fine-tune that thing, drop off those things that are not essential or prevent you from lining up and bringing your present activities into line. And I'm here to tell you, a lot of times you have to stop a lot of things that are activities of the children. Anything that prevents your family from praying together and eating together needs to be dropped. All right? Or those things have to be rearranged to be done together. Because it is not worth it. What you lose by not doing these things is unbelievably more than what you gain by the activities that are taking you away from these things. So if your child is at university or they have this or that, you reorganize the time so that everybody can get together at some point, right? Or if you're really good at it, then you use your email. And that's just really the best way to communicate. Because those in families also need to use email. But you have to be focused. You got to be focused. So remember, you need time with all of these relationships. With your Creator, with your family, with your purpose, with your spiritual family, with your community, with your nation, and with your world. And you also need to make sure that there is, I didn't mention it today, 2 hours on schedule on your daily calendar. Right away, we're gone 24, right? So, as we fine-tune our calendar, we will be able to come into a certain amount of rest from knowing that we are accomplishing all that we have to accomplish, and there are no spaces where we should be rested, and that we have everything in perfect order. So the Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face to shine upon you and to be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and grant you his shalom. See you tomorrow.
Somehow I know it's got to be rearranged. Ooh, yeah. Somehow I know things have got to change. Ooh, somehow I know it's got to be.
Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 R's of music together until we created Reggae2Reggae.com.